Hi there, welcome to the farm.
Come and join us today as we start an exciting project inside our 140-year-old barn.
So we have this beautiful barn that's 140 years old and it's in really good condition.
And we do use the barn. For example, on the lower level, our cattle go in there at night and they feed there and they have bedding. We also use some of it for storage on the lower level. But on the upper level, we're not using all of the barn right now, are we?
No, there was parts that we just weren't using at all. And our son came up with a brilliant idea. We have 9 grandchildren in this beautiful barn. What do we do?
And they love to come to the farm and play. And we discovered that in the shoulder seasons, in the spring and the fall, it gets windy, sometimes rainy. It's in the 40s, maybe 50s. It's not a great place for them to play right now, is there?
No.
So what are we going to do with all that space?
Well, our son decided to come up with something unusual. You've heard of barndominiums, where they turn them into homes? Well, we're turning part of ours into a Barnasium.
I think it's going to work out terrific. And we have 9 grandchildren between the ages of what, like 3 months?
And 16.
16. And they love to play together. So we're going to give them an awesome place to be together, play with their cousins, and have a great time. And they're going to be safe.
Yeah.
Before we go in the barn, I just have to remind you all that this is a Pennsylvania bank barn. It has a bank that goes up to the 2nd floor, and on the lower floor the animals can walk direct in. That's one of the distinctive features. The others is that it has an overhang on the front side that we can show you. So you should go in and see. We have a great video that describes all the history and design elements of the barn. So check it out.
Well, with a lot of projects, we have to start with some not so much fun stuff in order to get to the fun part.
Wait a minute, I think this is fun. We get to sort through a lot of old stuff that we have no idea what it is. Maybe you'll know what some of it is.
Yeah, and just kind of really cleaning up and getting it ready to do the construction and the fun parts.
All right, well, let's get going.
Okay.
Okay, I'm standing over the grain room. There's a lot of scrap wood up here, and there's pieces of previous construction, and like right here, I think this is pretty easy to see. This is an old barn door, a man door, and there's a couple other doors here. I'd love to be able to keep these. And then look at this massive piece here. It's got steel bars running with long planks, and it looks like it's got adjustments in here. I didn't know what this was at first, and then another farmer came in and he said, oh, that's just a piece of an old silo. And now that I look at it, all the curve, you can see how this was the original silo here before they put up the concrete silo. So this is amazing. I love this. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it down. It's probably going to be a lot of work to cut it up and take it down. There's a lot of other good wood up here, some oak, probably chestnut, and other I'm anxious to sort through. And I'm going to come down. I have a few other elements that I don't know what they are, and I'd love to show them to you. Starting to sort some of the wood, and there's some awesome wood in here. I know some of it's oak, and some of it is pine, but I believe some of it's chestnut too. Look at these old, this looks like it might have been a fence outside, but you can tell it might be black locust actually. So anyway, I'm going to pull all the rest of the wood down, sort it all out, and then we'll have to find where to store it permanently. But here's something, I don't know what it is. It looks like it had a roof on both sides. This looks like, this is actually some tin on the top of the roof, and I wondered at first if this might be a cupola or something that went up on the top of the barn, because there's two of them for ventilation, and then, but no, it has a floor in it, and then when I look up at the top of the barn at the peak, I don't see any areas up there where it would have fit. So I just don't know what this is. I'm sure there was a roof on the other side, and we've got a couple openings here. I don't know if it was a rabbit hutch or something for animals. If you have an idea what this is, please let us know in the notes below. Okay, we're working in the barn today, and we decided to replace the barn floor. Do you think it needs replaced, Brenda?
I think so.
Okay. This is fascinating. They were easy to pop up. It's interesting because they only nail each end of the board and they're loose in the middle. So it's going to be easy to take up these. They're just 1x pine boards. They come up easy. We're putting down oak. Now, on the, what's interesting here is that all these barn beams, they sit on the sill plate. You can see the sill plate there is just a heavy piece of wood sitting on top of the wall, which is about 2 feet thick. But it's interesting because these beams are just laying on the sill plate. They're not connected in any way. So, you know, when all the flooring is in and then there's thousands and thousands of pounds of hay and straw on top of it, it doesn't really matter. But for now, when we go to replace these boards, it'll be interesting to see how they shift around. I think my boys don't trust me to be working on anything of any heights or anything tricky. I know Brenda would rather that they be here helping, so
Yeah, I like
make sure
some young guys here, yeah.
make sure I don't get in trouble. So let's see how it goes. Well, we're making good progress. We're about 50% done on the floor, and we've done enough of it to learn that we have to shim some of the floors over the beams, because these 140-year-old beams with a lot of hay on them, some of them sagged a little bit. Some of them have support under it, and they have not sagging, so we have to shim some of the boards. We've also had to put a couple 4x4 posts because a few of the beams were really bouncing, and we want to make it a little more secure. So this oak that we're putting on is rough cut oak we got from the sawmill, and it is not kiln dried. So we sat in the barn here for about 1.5 years to air dry, and it is hard as a rock. Some of them did twist a little bit, so it's a little bit of a wrestling match to get them all in place. Hey, we're making progress on the barn. It's pretty exciting to see. My youngest son, Alex, put up the lights in the barn here, and now it feels like a Barnasium. Awesome LED lights. And he's the one that initiated the project, started cleaning the barn out, moving everything around. And of course they have 5 kids who really wanted a place for them to play. So we're all working on this now. We finished the floor over here. There's a bad section. We had to put in new 2x12s. I got a basketball net and backboard off Facebook Marketplace for almost nothing, a used one. So we put that up, but all the excitement now is happening back here behind me. You can see the floor with the old hay hole, and it had just some lumber around it to keep people from falling in. So I tore that all out, and now I've got a new tower going in because we have big plans here. Behind that wall was the grain room, and again, my son Alex cleaned it all out. And then Jake and I, other son, we put electric in there so we have lighting. So it looks really nice. Well, that's going to be a fort. And then up top here is going to be the fort balcony. Of course, it needs a really good banister or a railing in there to keep the kids from falling out. But to pull it all together, I'm going to be building a stairway and a ladder that goes up to the top of the tower that we built over the hay hole. So between the observation deck up there, the basketball, and we got a hockey net in here. It's just going to be a great place to hang out and play as a kid.
Yeah, gonna make me want to be a kid.
So a lot more work to do. I'm reusing the wood here that we pulled up from the barn floor on the other side, so it'll look like it was all integrated into the original design. Well, there you go. Now I have to finish it off with the handsaw. So what I'm doing here is just cutting stringer. Up top there we have a upper deck for the play fort. Down below it's the fort itself, and upstairs upper deck so they can watch the basketball and hockey and other goings on down here. So what I'm making now is cut a stringer, and let me see here where I had oh, I don't cut stringers every day, so I made myself a little jig here. 7-inch rise, a 10-inch run, and I'll have 11 inches of board, so it'll be pretty traditional stairs. So the stringer right there is going to go from this platform up to right here, and so this is the structure over the hay hole. So I have to finish it off, and we'll put a deck up top. And then we recycled this door here. I don't have a handle on it yet, but the hay hole is right down through there. So we'll still be able to get hay from up top here, throw it down to where the cows are, and I'll put a spring loaded on it and a latch to make sure the little guys don't get in and boop, take a tumble down. So, you know, we're trying to make this as fun and as safe as we can, and testing some of my carpentry skills here while we're at it. So I'm just going to cut these last little pieces on the stringer, and then maybe we can put it up and see if it fits. Here. All right, we cut the first stringer. Now we're going to do just a little test fit, just pretty sure it's going to work, but you never know till you put it in place. Perfect. Hey, we're making progress on the kid play area in the, what do they call it, Barnasium?
Barnasium.
Barnasium. All right. We just did the stairs the other day, and I'm putting this panel wall here. The stair railways will go on either way, and this is going to break it up visually because behind here is a landing platform, and this will also give it a lot of strength laterally, so we have a real strong. This thing has to be mom tested. I have to pass through, you know, a bunch of moms here for the kids to be able to use it. So it's got to be extra strong, and you know, grandpa and grandma approved too. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. This panel, I'm just using some of the barn flooring over there. It's already really strong, and I'm trying to think creatively what we're going to do with this. Maybe a club name for it up there, or maybe like a graffiti wall or something. I definitely want somewhere where the kids can put some of their own identity on the club name. So I'm curious to see what the kids want to call their club then. Okay, so today we're working inside the Barnasium. This is the gym area and the hockey. So what we want to do is put a wall on this back side to separate the gym side with the area with hay and the doors in the front. So we're just using some of the plank flooring that we pulled up on the other side. It wasn't suitable for flooring, but it's plenty strong enough just to make a wall to keep the basketball in here. So we're going to go ahead and put this in place. And I like it because it's actually the wood that was in the barn. So I think it's going to look great.
Well, one kind of last minute decision we made was to put the swing set here. My daughter had a swing set in their backyard, and they were done with it. Their kids are too big for it. So we're like, hey, let's put it in the Barnasium. And we ended up putting it up in that balcony, and the little kids love it up here. Playing up in the tower. They have a little board back there to draw on, the sliding board. This is like the little kid haven. And they can look down over the railing and watch the big kids play basketball. So it's perfect.
And there goes the slide. Oop.
So what do you think of the Barnasium so far? We've got most of the construction done, the big stuff. Now there's just going to be some finishing touches.
How about this goalie here? Smile so we can see if you have all your teeth.
Yeah, I'm not a goalie.
So yeah, we're going to shoot some hoops here, and you have a lot of decorating ideas, and not just decorating, but lighting too.
Oh yeah, my granddaughter and I have all kinds of ideas to make this super, super cool. So that'll be it for today's video, but we're going to bring you back when we have all the finishing touches, and we'll give you a complete tour of our amazing Barnasium. So we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.